How are we doing today, Chicago Cubs fans? And we are back with another edition of Cubs Daily. My name is Steven Ryan. The Cubs bounce back. We are back on track to the winning ways here in Chicago with a 3-2 victory over the Pirates. We'll break down the game. We're going to talk about Jameson Taillon's brilliance, and we'll preview today's matchup. But before we get into all that, just want to give a big shout out to every single one of you who continue to watch the videos. You like them, you subscribe to the channel, and you've commented down below. I appreciate every single one of you. Let's keep that train rolling. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I'm beyond excited to continue producing this content for you guys. So, Cubs bounce back yesterday. I know when I say bounce back, you're like, they only won 3-2. Wins are wins, ladies and gentlemen. That is what you like to see. Some nights, it's just not going to be your night offensively and or pitching. But last night, it was the pitching that did the job. We'll talk about Jameson Taillon here in a minute. But the Cubs get the 3-2 victory, powered by a young Pete Crow Armstrong, his 2-run bomb. And then Seiya Suzuki eventually tacked on the eventual winning run with a solo shot. That's all the Cubs needed in this one. It was a very clean game otherwise defensively from the Cubs. They didn't allow too many base runners. There was that one inning, Taillon's last inning, that he couldn't get through. But otherwise, the Cubs were able to maintain. He spread out 4 hits, only allowing 2 runs, 7 Ks, and 2 walks. So excited to watch this Cubs team continue to grind. This is a 4-game set with the Pirates. It's hard to sweep Major League Baseball teams, but I think the Cubs can absolutely get right this series and take care of business against the Pirates. So today's going to be, I believe, their toughest matchup with the Pirates. So we'll preview that here in a moment. But let's talk about our main man, Jameson Taillon's brilliance. It is his 6th straight quality start. Now, for those of you that are new to baseball, I'm guessing you're not watching this because you're new to baseball, but if you stumble upon the channel, let's just give you a quick little lesson here. Quality starts include at least 6 innings pitched and less than 3 earned runs. And that's exactly what my man Jameson Taillon has done for the 6th straight start. He's been absolutely brilliant. He's gotten the win. He is 7-3, and he really kept the Pirates at bay last night. I mean, he didn't really allow too many base runners. I know that last inning before he was taken out in the 7th, the bases got loaded, etc., kind of got a little dicey in that situation, but the Cubs were able to battle out, get through, and come away with the victory. I'll say this, they started at 7:05. The game was over by like 9:05. It felt so quick. The game was absolutely flying yesterday, and that was due to the brilliance of Jameson Taillon, and he's continued to do that. This Cubs team needs it so badly with the amount of injuries that their pitching has dealt with, right? Shota hurt, Justin Steele out for the season, Javier Assad hasn't even been able to get, he's got like 1 or 2 starts in AAA, but he cannot get healthy. Jordan Wicks just hit the IL as well, so we know the Cubs are going to be looking for some more pitching. And shout out to Jameson Taillon for continuing to do everything he is doing to keep this Cubs team intact so that we can continue to move on and keep the winning going. So, Cubs win. Shout out to Jameson Taillon, powered by PCA and Seiya Suzuki to keep the ball rolling. Now, today is the Battle of Aces. One is currently arguably the best pitcher in all of Major League Baseball, Paul Skeens. The next one, it's probably a little premature to call him an ace, but I think Cade Horton's going to be the ace of the Cubs eventually here. Cade Horton's an absolute stud. Yes, he got a little hit, he got a little roughed up last outing, but he's a rookie. We got a lot of young pitchers on the staff. They're going to get hit every once in a while. You got to take your lumps, especially when you're a young gun in today's game. So it's going to be Cade Horton versus Paul Skeens. The one thing I do like about the Cade Horton aspect of this matchup is that for whatever reason, it feels like the starters they tend to pitch up to their competition. I don't necessarily think they pitch down to the competition, but for example, last Friday, right? Ben Brown versus Tariq Skubal. Ben Brown has had a struggle bus season of ups and downs, okay? But when he got the chance to face Tariq Skubal, he did well. Paul Skeens will do well against the Cubs. Today's game is going to literally be about, can the Cubs survive? Can their offense survive and their pitching survive long enough to get Paul Skeens out of the game, and then get after it in the bullpen? Because Paul Skeens has just been absolutely incredible all year. He's got a sub-2 ERA, and he's like 2-8. So, again, the record doesn't necessarily matter as much for pitchers. It's all about what you do in between the lines for them. You know, your ERA, your whip, strikeouts, etc., etc. Paul Skeens checks all the boxes on that front. But he's going to give the Pirates a really good chance to win today. There's no doubt about it. It's, can the Cubs survive long enough to come out and get that victory? That is the part that we absolutely need to see from this ball club. Cade Horton, he's going to have a challenge as well. The Pirates, not necessarily the strongest roster on the front, but he is going to be pressured by Paul Skeens to pitch well, to keep this team in the ball game, okay? If it's the 7th inning and it's 1-0, 2-0, Cubs or Pirates both ways, that could be just enough to win the game today. That's just how it's going to be. It's going to be an absolute battle, and I'm beyond excited to watch these two duel it out. And they're going to be dueling it out today at 1:20 Central Time, Friday at Wrigley, man. It's going to be an absolute vibe. I'm very excited to watch this young pitching matchup. The Cubs' best young pitching prospect. It's not the best Pirates pitching prospect, but he's young enough to still be a quote-unquote prospect. Paul Skeens is an ace. He's one of the best pitchers in all of baseball. So this is going to complete the gauntlet as well for the Cubs, right? All week long. So starting last Friday, we faced Tariq Skubal, right? Then we faced Zach Wheeler. Then we faced Jesus Luzardo, who might not be in the same class as these guys, but he is an absolutely excellent pitcher. And then today, we face Paul Skeens to round out this week's gauntlet of aces, essentially. So hopefully the Cubs can bounce back. We can get the W, and we can go on and potentially sweep this series and continue to build our NL Central lead, because slowly but surely, ladies and gentlemen, it is building, which is something you do like to see. We're 5.5 up on the Brewers. We are 6 up on the Cardinals, 7 up on the Reds, and the Pirates are waning in the background. So, not going to call it a big game today, but a good litmus test, right? These are the type of pitchers we're going to be seeing in October on a regular basis, so we need to battle well. So, that's going to do it for today's edition of Cubs Daily. Again, if you guys are enjoying the content, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment your thoughts down below. What do the Cubs need to do here over the next few weeks to get in prime position to win the Central and go make a deep playoff run? I want to hear all of your thoughts in the comments, so keep them coming. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.